No, I'm really proud of the guys, and I think we're a team that's gotten better as the year's gone on. I think our inside guys have gotten better. They were terrific today. Leonard and Malik and really all of them. But I'm excited for them. Hopefully this isn't, it's not going to end soon.
Dez, I thought in the first half, Cat and Ralston were in trouble.
Yeah.
He came in and gave you a little bit of life.
Yeah, I thought Desmond was great, and sometimes it's not easy to hang in there when you haven't played a lot, and he has. He's hung in there, and he gave great minutes. I thought defensively did some really good things for our team. Then he made some tough shots too, and so really, really happy for him. As a senior, and I kind of felt, he's had great practices, right? Actually before we came, I thought in practice he just played really well, shot the ball well, and played with energy, and said he needs a chance to play. And so I thought he responded really well.
I don't believe everything you say.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And after the Virginia game, you kept saying, we're close, we're close. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I think you're trying to convince yourself that you're close. But do you think those losses, Notre Dame, Carolina, Virginia, have contributed to what you guys have learned and picked up in these last two games?
I think so. We had some losses. Well, the Notre Dame one, we gave that one away. We know that. That was on us, and we were in a position to win that one. But here's what happens. I think our league, I think nationally, the ACC is a little bit undervalued as far as when I listen to people say who's got the best league. And no disrespect to Villanova. No disrespect. They're obviously very, very good. But I'm not sure they're winning our league. This is a different league. And so for us, when we go play at Carolina and win, or at Louisville, or play Notre Dame and Virginia twice, well, those games make your team better. They make you, and we've seen good teams. Our guys have looked across there and seen really great teams. And so the league has made us better, helped us, I think, as far as when we got here into the tournament.
Coach Joe talked about Dez and the impact he had in the first half, but at the same time, your front court was overall. What matchups did you see that you know that you'd be able to take advantage of against the front court?
There really wasn't a specific one, but we felt like we had to go inside. Let's get the ball inside. They're going to play a small lineup. If we want to play a bigger lineup, which we did for 40 minutes with two post players in there, we wanted to be able to get an advantage somehow, whether it was rebounding, going inside, or penetrating and pitching. And I thought, specifically Leonard and Malik, those two guys were phenomenal today, and they were relentless, rebounding the basketball, getting tough traffic rebounds, scoring the ball. And so I thought that was a difference for us offensively, was those guys around the basket.
Your second final Sweet 16 in 4 years. How does that feel for you as the head coach?
Well, it feels great. But, we talk about it all the time, at our program. We get to look up every day and look at some banners that are where they've stood on the top box and been #1. And so, although it's nice to be in the Sweet 16, we're hungry for more. And it's been done before at NC State. And so, I think our guys feel the same way. We're going to go to Syracuse next week, and they're not going to be content at all with being where we are. And hopefully we can continue to advance.
You figure after the way Trevor played Thursday, we'd see more of what we saw today.
Yep, I thought Trevor and then Ralston too. Ralston ended up not making a field goal today, which was surprising. And we need those guys to play and play at a high level. And Trevor made a couple big shots, I thought. And then he had a big offensive rebound, probably the play of the game, to be honest. Right at the end of the game, we missed a shot. And there were some guys went up after it, and he just kind of came out of there with it under the basket and dribbled it back out. And really kind of quietly, that one was it. That was probably the most important play. But Trevor made a big shot before the half. Gave us momentum coming into the halftime, and then made a big one late there for us. And so, good guards help you. Cat made some great plays too, but we got to get Ralston playing a little better. That's one thing that's going to be important for us.
Talked about it yesterday about being the 1 seed. You needed to believe.
Yeah.
Did you sense that in your guys?
Yeah. Yeah, I really did. And kind of what we've talked about, I talked about with our team. When you go through the gauntlet of the ACC this year with the teams that you have to play, it prepares you to play everybody. There's not a team out there, maybe Kentucky, obviously they're physically so much different than everybody, but there's not a lot of times we're going to look down there and say, wow, look at that team down there. They're overwhelming, because we've seen them. We've seen them in our team, in our league. And so I do think our guys believe that if we could defend them well like we did today, we'd have ourselves a chance, no question.
You mentioned the front court. the heroes the other day were Kyle and Anya. Today it's the other two. Just talk about an all-hands-on-deck type of front court.
Well, we need them all. And the tough thing today with BJ was as soon as he went in the game, they put him in every ball screen. And it was tricky. It's tricky for him because they ball screen so much, and BJ's probably that's not his strong suit. So with Leonard and Malik, we could switch at times, and they could guard a guard for a second or two. We did some switching, and they managed the ball screens a whole lot better. And so I thought today it was their day, but we need them all. We need all four of them to play well.